कटाक्षलब्धविभव ब्रह्मेन्द्र गङ्गाधराम् त्वां त्रैलोक्यकुटुम्बिनीं सरसिजां वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियाम्।
वीणावादिनी सरस्वती माता जगत्पालिनी लक्ष्मी माता।
महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्।
अम्बा भवानी गौरी माता साई माता जगज्जननी माहे जगत्पालिनी लक्ष्मी माता
जगत्पालिनी लक्ष्मी माता
जगत्पालिनी लक्ष्मी माता
जगत्पालिनी लक्ष्मी माता।
अम्बा भवानी गौरी माता
अम्बा भवानी गौरी माता
अम्बा भवानी गौरी माता
अम्बा भवानी गौरी माता।
साई जननी
जय माता जग जननी
माँ हे माँ। जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
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 भुवन मोहिनी ललिता लक्ष्मी कलावती
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 जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
कमलकामिनी हरि नारायणी भगवती
कमलकामिनी हरि नारायणी भगवती
कमलकामिनी हरि नारायणी भगवती
कमलकामिनी हरि नारायणी भगवती
वेदमाता विद्यादायिनी भारती
वेदमाता विद्यादायिनी भारती
वेदमाता विद्यादायिनी भारती
वेदमाता विद्यादायिनी भारती
हंसवाहिनी वीणापाणि सरस्वती
हंसवाहिनी वीणापाणि सरस्वती
हंसवाहिनी वीणापाणि सरस्वती
हंसवाहिनी वीणापाणि सरस्वती
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
भुवन मोहिनी ललिता लक्ष्मी कलावती
भुवन मोहिनी ललिता लक्ष्मी कलावती
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
कमलकामिनी हरि नारायणी भगवती
कमलकामिनी हरि नारायणी भगवती
वेदमाता विद्यादायिनी भारती
वेदमाता विद्यादायिनी भारती
हंसवाहिनी वीणापाणि सरस्वती
हंसवाहिनी वीणापाणि सरस्वती
हंसवाहिनी वीणापाणि सरस्वती
हंसवाहिनी वीणापाणि सरस्वती
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती जय देवी भवानी माँ
जय देवी भवानी माँ
जय देवी भवानी माँ जय साई भवानी माँ। जय साई भवानी माँ। जय देवी भवानी माँ। जगदीश्वरी साई माँ, परमेश्वरी साई माँ।
जगदीश्वरी साई माँ, परमेश्वरी साई माँ।
जगदीश्वरी साई माँ, परमेश्वरी साई माँ।
जगदीश्वरी साई माँ, परमेश्वरी साई माँ।
जय साई भवानी माँ, जय पति निवासिनी माँ।
साई भवानी माँ, जय पर्णी निवासिनी माँ।
जय साई भवानी माँ, जय पति निवासिनी माँ।
साई भवानी माँ, जय पर्णी निवासिनी माँ।
जय साई भवानी माँ, जय पति निवासिनी माँ।
साई भवानी माँ, जय पर्णी निवासिनी माँ।
जय साई भवानी माँ, जय पति निवासिनी माँ।
साई भवानी माँ, जय पर्णी निवासिनी माँ।
जय देवी भवानी माँ।
देवी भवानी माँ।
जय साई भवानी माँ।
साई भवानी माँ।
जय देवी भवानी माँ।
देवी भवानी माँ।
जगदीश्वरी साई माँ, परमेश्वरी साई माँ।
जगदीश्वरी साई माँ, परमेश्वरी साई माँ।
जय साई भवानी माँ, जय पति निवासिनी माँ।
साई भवानी माँ, जय पर्णी निवासिनी माँ।
जय साई भवानी माँ, जय पति निवासिनी माँ।
साई भवानी माँ, जय पर्णी निवासिनी माँ।
जय साई भवानी माँ, जय पति निवासिनी माँ।
साई भवानी माँ, जय पर्णी निवासिनी माँ।
जय देवी भवानी माँ।
Om Sai Ram. Let's start with 3 Oms. My pranam to all present this evening and our humble salutations to our loving Swami. We are very lucky to have Sister Lathashree on board, especially during this auspicious Navratri celebrations. This comes as a blessing for us. Dr. Lathashree does not need much introduction, but I will share some background of our dear sister. She is a medical doctor by profession, serving as a senior medical officer in Sri Sathya Sai General Hospital, Prashanthi Nilayam. She has also served as a Bal Vikash Guru and a spiritual coordinator in SSSIO Sultanate of Oman, where she was involved in organizing and conducting monthly health awareness camps. Sister also gives talks in Prashanthi Nilayam Ashram Satsang Hall. Dr. Lathashree has also participated in Children's Hour program of Radio Sai, given talks in English and Kannada on Sri Sathya Sai official channel. Sister also conducts Bhagavad Gita classes online. Presently, Sister Lathashree is delivering a series of talks on the subject Vedanta Parichaya, an introduction to Vedanta on the Thursday live program of Sri Sathya Sai Media Center. She firmly believes that assiduous practice of Bhagwan's teachings in our day-to-day life is the only way to achieving Atmano Mokshatam Jagat Hitayacha, meaning for self-emancipation as well as for the welfare of the world. Jai Sai Ram, sister. Over to you now, and a hearty warm welcome from all of us in New Zealand. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Offering my most humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our ever-present Lord, Sai Ma, and respected sisters and brothers. Brothers are not there, isn't it? Only sisters. Yeah. So, dear sisters, my loving Sai Ram to all of you. And Navratri greetings to all of you. And thank you so much for having me here. I'm grateful to Bhagwan for this blessing of speaking to all of you on this auspicious occasion of Navaratri. As we all know, that Navaratri is a very grand festival which is celebrated especially in Prashanthi Nilayam with great grandeur, isn't it? It is almost a 10-day long festival, culminating in Vijayadashmi, especially in Prashanthi Nilayam. There is this Purnahuti Yajnam on the Vijayadashmi day. And the name itself is Navarathri, which means 9 nights. See, this being Navaratri, I thought I will touch upon briefly on the importance of celebrating Navaratri and the inner significance of Navaratri itself. So, Ratri means night. See, unlike Shivaratri, where we keep, night-long vigil and our prayers and meditation, all this is in the night. The celebration in the night in Shivaratri. But in Navaratri, it is not so, isn't it? It is mostly in the daytime. It is not in the night. Yet, this festival is called Navaratri. And what is the reason? Let's see. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? See, Ratri means When we split the meaning of this word, it is Rati iti Ratri, which means that which protects us or that which saves us. So it is this divine mother who always protects us, who always saves us. We all know Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba is the Shiva Shakti avatar. And we are experiencing the love of this divine mother in Swami, isn't it? As he himself says, it is the love of 1,000 mothers, just not one mother. So it is this divine mother who protects us throughout, and that is the meaning of Ratri. And also, Ra means to seek solace from. So we are seeking solace from the divine mother when we pray to her, when we worship her in this 9-day long festival. And 3 means tapatraya. Tapatraya means afflictions of the 3 bodies in us. As you all know, we have 3 bodies, the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body. And at all the levels, at the level of the body, mind, intellect, we have so many problems, isn't it? So it is this divine mother who protects us from all these 3 problems. And that is also the meaning of Ratri. And the word Nava itself means 9. See, a child in the womb of the mother is nourished by the mother, nurtured by the mother for 9 months, 9 long months. The child need not have to do anything, and the mother does everything for the growth of the child, step by step, stage by stage in the womb. And at the end of 9 months, what happens? The child is delivered into the world. Similarly, these 9 days, when we pray to the Divine Mother, when we worship the Divine Mother will nourish us. She will, nurture us in this period of Navarathri. When we, pray to her and when we take up this Devi Upasana, that is the worship of the Divine Mother, then at the end of the 9 days, on the 10th day, just as the baby is delivered after 9 months, here there is deliverance for us. That is deliverance from this cycle of birth and death itself. So powerful is the Divine Mother, and that is why this festival is also known as Navarathri. See, Nava means number 9, not only number 9, it is also Nava means new in Sanskrit. So at the end of these 9 days, there is this new energy in us, new vibration, and the new understanding comes to us, and that will help us in our spiritual journey, which comes from the worship of the Divine Mother. And when we invoke the grace of the Divine Mother in this 9-day long festival of Navaratri. See, in a household, we all know very well that the child, always runs to the mother for everything, isn't it? I'm not discounting the role of father in the family, but the child feels free with the mother, and, it can open up freely, confide in the mother. And the mother too has this unconditional love, does not scold the child, and she forgives the child, and lovingly she corrects the child. So the child runs to the mother. Similarly, we all run to this Divine Mother, isn't it? The Sai Ma. So we can all relate to mother so easily, better than any relationship. And that is why probably this Navaratri, where we worship the Divine Mother, is so popular. And especially, in India, every part of the country celebrates this festival. There is no distinction at all. Everywhere the mother is glorified, and she has many, many names in each, so many parts of the country. But it is the Divine Mother who is so worshipped and who is so loved. And people, all the devotees invoke the grace of this mother. And that's why this festival is so popular. And we also see, when we want to master the art of public speaking, we pray to Mother Saraswati. Then if we want mastery over scriptures, when we want to study anything, we pray to the Divine Mother again, Saraswati. Uma Haimavati is the mother of scriptures. And somebody wants to sing well also, isn't it? We pray to the mother. So mother embodies so many, many facets and so many aspects. And in every way she can bless us. That is the greatness of the Divine Mother. And that is the greatness of this festival also. And that's why Swami also tells us in the discourses, isn't it? During Navratri, the first 3 days are kept aside for the worship of Mother Durga. The next 3 days for Goddess Lakshmi. Then the last 3 days, Goddess Saraswati. This is what we do. So what does Durga Mata do the first 3 days when we worship her? See, if our personality has to be reconstituted, it has to be transformed. First, what we need is all the negativity from our personality that has to go away. So we have to remove all the weeds in the garden before we, sow the new seeds, fresh seeds in the garden. So this Durga Mata is the Ichha Shakti, is the Kriya Shakti aspect. Kriya Shakti means she's the mother of action. She acts upon us and she removes all these negativities from us. And she cleans our mind, she purifies our mind. And that is how she prepares the mind for knowledge. And that is why first 3 days she is worshipped. And also this number 3 has a significance here. See, we have 3 equipment to uplift ourselves. That is our body. We have to keep the body in a good condition because it's the instrument for seva and sadhana. Our mind, the mind has to be pure. The intellect also has to be pure so that it can discriminate properly. The power of discernment is there in us. So the first day, she acts upon the body. The second day, the mind. And third day, the intellect is cleansed by Mother Durga. And that is how she prepares our body and mind for sadhana. See, the body is so used to dullness and laziness, isn't it? Even in our spiritual life, if we want to do something, the body must be active. So this Divine Mother, Durga Mata, will also remove this dullness, laziness, and obstinate nature of the mind. That is all, characterized by Tamoguna. We know we have 3 types of gunas, Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. So this Tamoguna is also removed by the Divine Mother. And that is why, when we chant this shloka, we all know for the Divine Mother, we chant, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matra Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. We say 3 times we use the word Namastasyai. Why? Because all the 3 instruments in us have to be purified. With all the 3, we bow down to you, Mother. That is the meaning. And Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha means I bow down to you. But Nama also means Na Mama, Na Mama. Mama in Sanskrit means mine. Oh Mother, nothing is mine. Everything is yours. Everything is you. With that feeling of surrender, we worship this Durga Mata. So once the mind is clean, then what happens? Mother Lakshmi takes over. Mother Lakshmi, yes, excuse me. Anything, sister? Yeah. Can I continue? Yeah. This Mother Lakshmi is not only, the goddess of tangible material wealth, but here Lakshmi Sampatti, the wealth of Lakshmi means it is also the wealth of inner virtues. The mind is already, cleansed, purified by Mother Durga. And now this goddess Lakshmi fills our mind with all the virtues. And she also, subdues our Rajoguna, removes our attachment to the world. And that is how she will help us in our spiritual growth. And this is what she will do the next 3 days. And she represents the Ichha Shakti aspect of the Divine Mother. Ichha Shakti means the will to do. See, the willpower to carry out what we want to do, to reach the goal, to walk the path. That is necessary. For that, we need certain strength and certain virtues in us. And that is given by the Divine Mother, Lakshmi. And once the mind is thus purified, and also the mind is focused on God, focused on the Mother by all the virtues, the inner wealth that we have got, given by Goddess Lakshmi, the next 3 days, Mother Saraswati takes over. She is symbolic of knowledge. She is the goddess of Jnana Shakti, the power of knowledge, the power of wisdom. And she gives us the wisdom. And that is how she works on us on the last 3 days. And when the 10th day comes, this Vijaya Dashami, Vijaya means victory. Victory of the higher self in us over the lower self, the little petty things, the petty desires, the inferior desires, and all these inferior emotions that we have, the 6 inner enemies. There is victory over all this, and we are able to progress spiritually. That is, that is the symbolism of Vijayadashami. And on this Vijayadashami day, in some parts of India, even the effigy of Lord effigy of demon Ravana is burnt, symbolizing the 10 heads of the Ravana. They represent our 5 organs of action, 5 organs of knowledge, and they are all destroyed so that there is only wisdom for us. And thus everything is purified in us, even the organs of action, the organs of knowledge. They are all purified by these 3 divine mothers, and we are fit to receive this new energy. The Nava means new, as I said, and this new knowledge in us. And that is why it is said, on the Vijayadashami days, see, when we want to start any new venture, we see the muhurtam, isn't it? We select good muhurtam, and in that good muhurtam, we start our business, our studies, or whatever it may be. Any new beginning is initiated in the good muhurtam. But on the Vijayadashami day, the whole day is so auspicious that there is no need to see any muhurtam. Anytime you can start the new venture. That is the greatness of this day, because it is so auspicious. And Swami even says the Pandavas had kept all their weapons for safeguarding on the tree, and they retrieved these weapons on this particular day, and they start their victory march. Their victory march begins on this day, and that is Vijayadashami. And as we all know, on the Vijayadashami day, these small children are initiated into studies. It is called Vidyarambha, isn't it? Aksharabhyasa also, we call it as. These children are made to learn the alphabets of the script, and that is how they are initiated into learning. And see, what is it that we need to do to invoke the grace of the Divine Mother? That is up to us. This is called the Navratri sadhana, the Devi Upasana, or the worship of
I know that woman.
Divine Mother. See, the Divine Mother is also known as Kaushiki. There is this beautiful name called Kaushiki. Kaushiki means this Divine Mother is present in all the koshas of ours. As you all know, we have this koshas, the food sheath, the vital air sheath, that is the Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, the mental sheath, Manomaya kosha, the intellectual sheath, Vijnanamaya kosha, the bliss sheath, Anandamaya kosha. This is what makes up our personality. And in each and every cell of all these sheaths, this Divine Mother is present. That is why, certain sadhanas we need to undertake. First, we need to cleanse our Annamaya kosha, purify our gross body. The gross body is nourished by the food. And that is why so many people take to fasting in this Navarathri period, so that the whole system is purified. And we need not starve when we say fasting, but many people, take only the fresh fruits and vegetables, the foods that are high in sattva guna, the sattvic nature food, and high in prana, so that it will cleanse our body. And similarly, the speech, the words that we speak are also cleansed. That is why people sit silently, do not talk much, and they engage in silent meditation, silent sitting. And even the mind has to be cleansed. That is why even the mind and the tongue, for cleansing both, people, glorify this Mother Goddess, and we all sing Devi bhajans during this. And many of you also in your centers may do the chanting of Lalita Sahasranama, that is the 1,000 names of the Divine Mother. And even the intellect is, purified by studying the stories of the Divine Mother, like Durga Saptashati, Devi Mahatmyam, and all these, and attending satsangs. In Navaratri, people hold satsangs, especially in our Sai centers, so that we listen to the stories of the Divine Mother, and that's how our intellect, mind get purified. And these are all the sadhanas that we undertake during Navratri, from dawn to dusk. And it is, it's a new way of life in this 9 days, and certain restriction on the food items also is there. Only sattvic food is eaten. These are all the things that we follow. And if we look at, what happens in Prashanti Nilayam Ashram in Navaratri, we can just see how beautifully Bhagwan has designed all the activities there during Navaratri to address all these things, our body, mind, and intellect, to purify them, to keep them in a good condition, and to worship the Divine Mother. See, in a few years ago, this Grama Seva would happen during the Navratri, where the students of Bhagwan's institutions would go out into the neighboring villages and do Grama Seva. So this is Karma Yoga, practice of Karma Yoga, Seva, that is done during Navratri. And anyway, these bhajans are sung every day. And during Navratri also in Kulwant Hall, the Devi bhajans are sung to glorify the Divine Mother. And early morning, there is this Devi Mahatmyam Parayanam. They, chant this Devi Mahatmyam, and this is how we listen to the glories, the stories of the Divine Mother. And also in the evenings in Kulwant Hall, there is this Prashanti Vidwan Mahasabha, where erudite speakers will speak about the Divine Mother and Bhagwan as the Divine Mother, Sai Ma, and her compassion, so that we are engaged in Satsang as well. See, all the activities are incorporated in Prashanti Nilayam in this, 9 days long sadhana. And even not only our inner self, the microcosm, the external atmosphere, the macrocosm is purified. That is why, this Veda Purusha Saptaha Jnana Yajna is performed in Prashanti Nilayam for 7 days. And the final day being the Vijayadashami day, the Purnahuti is made. The final offerings are done to Bhagwan himself, who is the Veda Purusha. And also Rudra Homam is also conducted. And this is how, if you stay in Prashanti Nilayam, for these 9 days, you will know you are really bathed in this Vedic mantras. All the time, this yajna, all these activities are going on. And that is how one is able to be engaged in worshipping.
But once I go in, I can take it back. So I take out all the glassware and the children's clothes.
Sairam, sister, you are muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Me? Yeah. She would have. Yeah. But I kept telling her not to. So
Yeah. Was I audible all this time?
Yes, it was.
It was, no? Yeah. So all these sadhanas are there in Prashanti Nilayam. So thousands of people come and stay there, and they take part in all these activities. And especially, one of the advantages of being in Prashanti Nilayam, especially during Navratri, is we don't have access to our phone and, cell phone and other gadgets, so that the mind is not distracted. This is called modern day fasting. See, our mind is feasting on the world all the time, especially through all these social network sites. And when we are, if we can keep ourselves away from all these things, and if we can focus, and the atmosphere is so good in Prashanti Nilayam, and that is the beauty of celebrating Navratri in Prashanti Nilayam. But however, the Satya Sai, official channel through the YouTube, all that is brought to us to our doorstep, and sitting in our home, we can listen to all these Devi Mahatmya Parayanam, and we can watch the yajna, we can watch all the proceedings in Sai Kulwant Hall, and all this is possible thanks to Bhagwan. We can undertake the sadhana, even in our household itself, with the help of all these things. And there is this long list of demons, who are vanquished by the Divine Mother during Divine Mother. And there is a big list of demons which is given in the Devi Mahatmyam. And this Devi Mahatmyam or Durga Saptashati Parayana that goes on in Prashanti Nilayam in the early morning. Vednarayan sir chants it, and it is so beautiful to listen to that. That itself is a sadhana. So some of the demons who are destroyed, or all these, destruction of the demons has a profound inner significance for us. It symbolizes so many, vices which are there in us and the destruction of these vices. Like the first set of demons are Madhu and Kaitaba. Madhu means something which is sweet and, nectar. So something which is sweet, that is our likes, our attachments, that is represented by demon Madhu. And this Kaitaba represents the opposite of it, our dislike and our aversions. See, if we have to grow spiritually, we should have certain equanimity in us, isn't it? Bhagwan also says this equanimity, the balance of mind is very, very important. We should rise above our likes and dislikes, and whatever happens in our life, we should take it as Swami's prasadam. Otherwise, we won't be able to proceed further in our spiritual journey. See, speaking of equanimity, Bhagwan once said to an institute teacher, he asked the teacher, see, in a company, how many types of, employees are there? And this teacher replies, Swami, there are part-time employees, there are full-time employees. And then Swami asks, what is the difference between these two types of employees? Then this teacher replies, a full-time employee gets full salary and many, many perks also he is eligible to. Whereas a part-time employee gets paid only for the number of hours that he puts in. He gets wages. That's all. He doesn't get all other facilities. Then Swami says, in my spiritual company also, there are two types of devotees, Swami says. One is part-time devotee, full-time devotee. See, or a person, a devotee who does all the seva, sadhana, attends satsang, does all these things regularly. Swami says he is only a part-time devotee. Then this teacher is shocked. Swami, this itself is so difficult for us to do. We have to balance so many roles in our life and so many things we have to juggle. And how can we do this, Swami? You say, oh, this is only part-time devotion. What is this, Swami? Then what is full-time devotion? The teacher asks. Then Swami says, see, when you have equanimity, then you become a full-time devotee. So when we say we are Swami's devotees, it is very, very important for us to rise above these likes, dislikes, and to take all the dualities in life, like the pain, pleasure, loss, gain, with equal-mindedness, with balance of mind and with equanimity. That alone is full-time devotion, according to Bhagwan. And see, in the very first letter that Bhagwan wrote to his brother Sheshamaraju in the year 1947, on the 25th of May, Swami writes, I have an expectation of my devotees. Those who are devoted to me must consider both pain and pleasure equally. So this is what Bhagwan expects from us. So this Madhu Kaitaba, who are killed with the help of the Divine Mother by Lord Vishnu, that is the killing of these three, vices in us, our own likes and dislikes. Then the Divine Mother kills another demon who is called Mahishasura. You would have heard of these demons, isn't it? When we read to the stories of the Divine Mother. See, Mahisha means a buffalo. He is born from the union of demon king Rambha and a buffalo. See, what does buffalo symbolize? We all know. Swami would also call, all the devotees, Dunnapota, a buffalo, like that. Buffalo means what? It is very, very lazy, which is very dull. It doesn't listen to us at all. Our mind is also like this buffalo. It is so difficult to wake up the mind and, to inspire the mind to do sadhana, all these things, getting up early in the morning to do sadhana. All that is very, very difficult for the mind because the mind is like a buffalo. It is so stubborn and it does not listen to us. See, especially when it comes to sadhana, in Brahma Muhurtam, Bhagwan makes a very, very important point. Swami says, the sadhana that you do throughout the day, that will all be deposited in your savings bank account. Just like the bank has two accounts, savings bank and the fixed deposit. Throughout the day, you do all this chanting, prayers, bhajan singing, all that we do. All that will go into your savings bank account. The interest you get from that account, that is the grace of Swami itself. And this grace will help you in your material life. So you have some problem in your life, something, upsets you and something goes wrong. Then you pray to Bhagwan and his grace will, come to us and we are rescued. And it is used for your material life only. But Swami says, the sadhana that you do in Brahma Muhurtam, if you get up early morning, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Brahma Muhurtam, which is the sattvic time, according to Bhagwan. In that time, if you are able to do sadhana, Swami says, all that is deposited into your fixed bank account means nobody can touch it. And the interest that you get from that account will be for your spiritual progress, exclusively for your spiritual progress. We all know this and we have heard Swami telling us, but yet our mind is so dull and so, obstinate. It doesn't listen to us. So we have to get rid of this like buffalo-like nature of the mind. That is why it is very important to worship the Divine Mother who kills this demon, Mahishasura. Actually, it is so difficult to kill this Mahishasura. All the gods and goddesses together, they produce this from their power, their light. They produce this beautiful Devi and who will go and kill this demon. And this is how, the dullness, the stubborn nature of the mind is overcome by the grace of the Divine Mother, whom we worship during the Navarathri. Then there are two more demons, Shumbha and Nishumbha. All this is from the Devi Saptashati, which I am sharing. The Shumbha represents our self-conceit. We are so proud, conceited, isn't it? We have all these things and, we want to show our power and position. That is Shumbha. Nishumbha is self-pity. So many times we say, oh, this is not possible for me. We pity ourselves. We condemn ourselves. Oh, this is not at all possible. It's so difficult. So this self-pity and, this self-conceit, both are enemies for a spiritual seeker. And both these demons are killed by the Divine Mother. In fact, this Shumbha, the self-conceit, when Divine Mother comes to fight with him, he sends her a marriage proposal. I want to marry you, he says. She said, okay. She says, okay, but you must come and fight with me. You must defeat me in the battle. Then I will marry you. So he's so conceited. See, the pride in us is so much, this is what happens to us. The Shumbha says, I need not come and battle with you. My soldiers are enough to kill, to defeat you. So he sends one of the soldiers, one of the commander-in-chief. He's called Dhumra Lochana. Dhumra Lochana, Dhumra means smoky, foggy, Lochana means vision. As Swami says, there is no defect in the creation. It is called Srishti Dosha. It's not there. All the defect is in your eyes, in your vision, the way you look upon the world. That is causing you the problem. So you have to clear your vision. Swami says it's called Drishti Dosha. That is what Dhumra Lochana represents. So if our vision has to be cleansed, if it has to become a good vision, see, so many times we don't recognize the goodness in others because our vision is colored. We have all these prejudices, premonitions, so many, all these preconceived notions in our mind. So we are not able to be very open-minded and receptive. So that is the faulty vision, Dhumra Lochana, who is killed by the Divine Mother. Then two more demons also she vanquishes. They are Chanda and Munda. Chanda means he has a head and no body. See, the knowledge we may have in the head, but we don't have the will to carry it out. The body is not active. Then nothing happens, no transformation happens to us. We all know what is to be done. If we are not able to do it, that is Chanda. Munda is who has a body and who has no head at all. That means we are capable of doing action, but we don't have the intellectual clarity, no proper thinking. So all the three, as Swami says, there has to be unity of thought, word and deed. There has to be this Trikarana Shuddhi, head, heart and the hand. All of them should be purified, should come together to perform any action. This is what we teach, in SSC classes, 3H, isn't it? So if all these things have to happen, there's so many demons in us who have to be vanquished, and that is done by the Divine Mother. And there is this most important thing in us, which the Divine Mother destroys ruthlessly. That is the Rakta Bijasura. Rakta Bijasura, his specialty is that when one drop of blood from his body falls on the ground, 100, demons will emerge from that. See, similarly, when we fulfill one desire, 100 desires crop up in our mind. So Rakta Bijasura represents this insatiable source of desires in us. And if that has to go, if we have to put ceiling on desires, and we should stop this tendency in us, the desires can never be fulfilled. They keep on increasing. And how long we can go after this, isn't it? So for that, we need the grace of the Divine Mother. And if we pray to her, she will take care of this. And she will give her, she will sublimate our lower desires, and she will give us higher yearning, that is yearning for Bhagwan himself, so that we are able to detach ourselves from all these worldly desires, worldly things, and we can focus on Bhagwan, Sai Ma. And that is what this Divine Mother does. And all these things happen during the Navratri sadhana if we are able to invoke this grace of the Divine Mother. And that is why, in all our Sai centers, when we were in Oman, we would have, all these days, morning, we would unite in the center, have Suprabhatam sessions together. And evening, we would have Lalita Sahasranam chanting and Devi bhajans we would sing. And this is how, week long, 9 days long celebration we would do. And we would have satsangs also in between and study circles. And this is how we would celebrate the Navratri. And I'm sure in your centers, that's why today also being Navratri, you are having this satsang, isn't it? See, this period itself is so auspicious and so conducive for a seeker to undertake sadhana, where we can invoke the grace of Sai Ma. And that is our greatest blessing, isn't it? The Divine Mother is our Guru as well. And that is our blessing. We are in his organization where we can collectively undertake all these sadhanas, all the center members together. And that is our blessing, being with Sai Ma. And also you would have heard that this Divine Mother is worshipped by 9 names. No, you have heard. You would be getting messages also. The first day is Shaila Putri, like that. That is the form of the Divine Mother that is worshipped. And that 9, days, the 9 forms of the Divine Mother represents actually our own spiritual journey in various stages. See, Shaila Putri means the Divine Mother, who is the Putri, the daughter of the Lord of Mountains, that is Himavan. She is born, which means what? When our mind is pure, this mother chooses to be born in our consciousness. The first day, when we invoke her grace, we have her in our mind. She is born in our consciousness. That is Shaila Putri. Shaila also means peak. Peak means the highest thing in a mountain. So in the height of every experience, every achievement that we do, it is the energy of the Divine Mother. But we foolishly think that we have done so many achievements, we have accomplished so many things. No, we are only instruments, and her energy is the one that is, doing all these things. That is what we should be reminded when we think of Shaila Putri. The Divine Mother is at the peak of every achievement of ours. And whatever we do, we have to attribute it to her grace, and we are only instruments. Then the second day, when she is born, the second day, she grows up. She is the Brahmacharini. That is the form that is worshipped. Brahmacharini means the austere form of the Divine Mother. Though she is in the world, this young girl, Brahmacharini, her goal is on Lord Shiva. Her focus is on the Purusha. See, this woman is the Prakriti, whereas Purusha is the Lord. As Swami says, I am the only Purusha, you are all Prakriti. All the devotees, this entire creation is this nature. And he is the Purusha. And it is our journey of the Prakriti to unite with the Purusha. So though we are involved in the world, our goal should be God. That is what she teaches us, Brahmacharini. That is the austere practices, the spiritual practices that we have to do. That's why Swami says, hands in the society, head in the forest. You do all, whatever you have to do, being in the world, but the awareness of the goal has to be there. Everything you do in the world, use it as a means to reach God. Whatever seva we do, whatever sadhana we do, whatever role we are in, we are, being in the role of a mother, a wife, a professional, a teacher, or whatever it may be, a homemaker. We use that itself as a sadhana. We purify that act so that it takes us to the Divine Mother, Saima. That is Brahmacharini. Your goal should be on Brahman, the ultimate principle. That is what she teaches us. And then comes this Chandraganta, the third day, Chandraganta form is worshipped. Chandraganta means she adorns a moon to which a bell is tied. Ganta means a bell. See, this moon is symbol of inner coolness, isn't it? So when we invoke her grace, we get this inner serenity. And also, moon is Chandrama Manaso Jataha. We all chant in the Purusha Suktam. Moon represents our mind. Just like the moon, has ups and downs, waxing and waning, our mind also has ups and downs. The mind cannot focus. But if you take the bell produces only one type of noise. It stands for single pointed focus. So when you tie this bell to the mind of ours, the mind focuses on Swami. That is the importance of worshipping Chandraganta. Then comes the Kushmanda, the Divine Mother who is married now. She conceives. Kushmanda means the universal womb. She carries the entire universe in her womb. So compassionate is the Divine Mother. Wherever, anyone suffers, this mother, she is, because he is the mother of the universe. She carries the creation in her womb. That is the compassion of the Divine Mother. Then the Divine Mother delivers and she becomes Skanda Mata. Skanda is Subramanya, Lord Subramanya, who is the commander-in-chief of the army of the virtues. The Devas means virtues in us. So if we want to be led by this divine virtues, we need the blessing of Skandamata. Skandamata also is the mother of action. Her son is known for action. See, if we just have the knowledge in the head, we don't act upon it, we keep quiet, we don't get anything. Transformation will not happen by mere knowledge. See, knowing and not acting upon it is equal to not knowing at all. So this Skandamata will help us to put all our knowledge into action and also led by the good virtues in us. And then comes this Katyayini. Katyayini is considered as one of the angry forms of the Divine Mother, which means wherever there is some unrighteousness going on, people are not behaving the proper way, there is no dharma, she will get angry and she will punish them. It is said she is the one who is behind all these, natural calamities like the tornadoes and these floods and tsunamis, because the Mother Earth is distressed by our activities. And this is how she shows her anger on us. She cannot tolerate any injustice done to anyone. And that is how, she will show herself. She alerts us through her Katyayini form. And then comes the Kalaratri form. Kalaratri is the very fierce form. You would have seen in photographs, the tongue, out like this, and so many hands with so many weapons, and the red eyes of the mother. That is very essential because, see, as Swami says, Navarathri is, Ratri means darkness, Swami says. Ratri is known for darkness. What darkness is there in us? The darkness of ignorance is there in us. Ignorance of our own true nature. As Swami says, I am God, so are you. I know it, you do not know it, which means we do not know our true nature. We think this body and mind to be what we are. But Swami says that you are the divinity itself. To manifest that divinity, realize the innate divinity. So for this, what comes in our way is our ego. And this ignorance, the darkness has to be completely removed. The mother must become so fierce and strong. And that is why she takes up this Mahakali form. She destroys our ignorance. And that is why on the 8th day, The form that is born is Mangala Gauri, the auspicious form of the mother. She bestows upon us all the auspiciousness. She not only gives mukti, that is liberation, but bhukti as well. Bhukti means even the material welfare, the worldly welfare is also looked after by her. That's why Swami says, if you take to spiritual way of living, it is like climbing the real coconut tree, Swami says. If you want only worldly life, I want only worldly comforts and all the worldly boons, it is like climbing a shadow coconut tree. Swami says, when you climb the real coconut tree, you get both the real coconut and the shadow coconut. Means your spiritual welfare as well as material welfare, both are taken care of. But on the other hand, if you're so materialistic, you neglect your spiritual life, like it is like climbing the shadow coconut tree, Swami says, so that you will not get any coconut. When we climb the shadow coconut tree, neither the real coconut nor the shadow coconut we get. So that is what will happen to you. But when we pray to this Mangala Gauri, she gives us both. That is why it is up to us. What do we pray for from God, isn't it? From our divine mother. When we pray for the highest, everything will follow in our life. And for this, Swami tells one beautiful Chinnakatha. You have all heard that Chinnakatha, the cosmic exhibition. A king organizes an exhibition, and so many people come there, and the king says that whoever comes to the exhibition can walk away with any item in the exhibition free of cost. No need to pay money. So everybody comes there and takes so many paintings and pieces of art which they like, because everything is free. Even so many exquisite paintings, very expensive things are there. Everything is given free. They are all very happy. There is one girl who's just going round and round the exhibition and not taking anything at all. So the king comes and asks, see, the exhibition itself says, one of the rules is you can take away. You are admiring so many paintings, you can take it away, he says. But she says, I am not interested in what I can take from here free. I am interested in the one who is giving all these free. I want you. You are giving all that free, because she knows when he gets the king, the whole exhibition will become hers, isn't it? Swami very funnily, narrates this story. So when you ask for God, everything is given to you. That is the Mangala Gauri, all the auspiciousness, Mangala, will come to us. And on the 9th day, there is this Siddhidatri form that is worshipped. And Siddhidatri means the spiritual highest. She will give us the liberation. Siddhi itself she will bestow upon us. See, when we see this, it is our own spiritual journey in various stages, how we have to progress from the base. That is, we have to do the sadhana. It is the journey of a sadhaka, a seeker. Through the sadhana, that is the means for in our spiritual journey to reach the goal, which is called sadhya, so that we become siddha, we become perfect in that spiritual journey, and we get the ultimate in this spiritual life. And these 9 forms signify all these aspects. These are the inner meanings of inner significance of worshipping the Divine Mother. And once, during the Ayudha Puja festival, Ayudha Puja day, Bhagwan asks one of our doctors, it happened long, long ago, what is Ayudha Puja, he asks. She says, Swami, today is the day when we worship all these surgical instruments, all the equipments that we use in our medical practice. We keep them in the hospital, we decorate them, and we worship these instruments, Swami, because this is what we use in our practice. And they are very essential to us. They are our ayudhas. They are our instruments, Swami, she says. Then Swami said, see, doctor, you are all my instruments. See, this is what Swami says. See, what a profound revelation. All of us who are with Bhagwan, all of us who are blessed to be in his mission, blessed to be in his organization, he has already chosen us as his instruments. It is up to us, through our seva, sadhana, satsang that we do. Focus on Bhagwan, meditation upon Bhagwan, studying his teachings and putting them to practice. Through all this, make this instrument, that is the instruments that we are, keep it in a very good condition, make the instrument sharp, make the instrument receptive, and keep it very, very focused on Bhagwan. That responsibility is ours because we're already his instruments. And that is why, Bhagwan has given us this glorious organization, Sri Satya Sai Seva organization. I always keep telling, when you become a member of this organization, it is like getting free admission into the world's best spiritual university, where the chancellor of the university is the chancellor of universe itself, isn't it? That's what Bhagwan is, the Paripurna avatar. And also the admission is free here. We need not pay any entrance fees or anything, and we need not even write the entrance test, isn't it? If we have to get admission into an Ivy League college, there is an entrance test. We have to study so much, prepare so much, but here, nothing like that. In fact, Bhagwan seeks out to us, isn't it? He seeks us out. Not that we go and join. He comes to us in some way or the other, and he draws us to him. See, some are blessed to be born in the families of devotees who are devoted to Bhagwan for generations, and some join his institutions. And to some of us, he will reach out, through a book, through a photograph, through a friend, through a dream. He comes and calls out, and that is how we go to him. That is also his compassion, and that is his love, isn't it? And when we are the recipients of this unconditional love and compassion of Bhagwan, it is up to us to make use of all the activities that are available here for our spiritual progress. See, once a very famous devotee of Bhagwan, Sri Aldrakar, asks Bhagwan, Swami, we know that we love you, Swami, because we feel this warmth in our heart when we think of you. But how do we know that Swami loves us? Then Swami is, profound reply. Swami says, see, Bangaru, it is like this. None can love me without I loving them, which means Swami loves us first. Swami sows the seed of love in our heart. Only then we can think of Swami. When to think of Swami, to love Swami, first he has to love us. He himself does this. And it is up to us to nourish the seeds of love sown by Bhagwan himself in our heart, to nourish it, nurture it with our devotion to him, by practicing his teachings, so that this seed becomes a beautiful, tender sapling. And when it is growing, the sapling, we have to fence it with our discipline. We have to protect it so that, it doesn't get destroyed in the initial stage itself. And we have to nourish more and more with our love for him, devotion. And most importantly, Swami said, when you say you are devotees, of course, all our journey with Bhagwan starts with faith in Bhagwan. We must have faith in Swami, that Swami knows what is best for me. He is taking care of me. So let me follow him. So this obedience is very important to Bhagwan. When a lady teacher of Swami's institute, she was granted an interview, and Swami asks her, what do you want? She says, Swami, please give me devotion. Why devotion? Swami asks. She says, Swami, I have to choose Bhagwan in every situation in my life. This choice I have to make. I should make this choice of having Bhagwan with me all the time. For this, I need devotion to you, Swami. Swami said, ask for obedience. That is very important. See, when we say we are the devotees, it is very important for us to have implicit obedience to Bhagwan, means to follow what he has said, to practice his teachings. That is what we require. And this faith and obedience, unflinching faith in Bhagwan, implicit obedience to him, and that will take us to the stage of unconditional acceptance of the will of Bhagwan. Whatever happens, I will take it as Swami's prasadam. I will do everything as Naivedyam to Bhagwan, offer it to Swami. Whatever comes from that, it is okay. Sometimes, everything goes well, sometimes not so. Doesn't matter. It is all Swami's prasadam. Swami knows what is best for me. In everything, there is a blessing. Swami's blessing that comes. Even if some prayer is not answered, there is a reason. Swami knows the best. See, we should all remember, we all make our plans, isn't it? So-called human plans. But we should remember when something, goes opposite way, or they are not fulfilled, or they don't take off. And we should have this firm conviction that Swami is too kind to punish us or too wise to make mistakes. The God, he is so wise and he is so powerful and he is so kind. He's not punishing us. And when God comes, he, what he does is he mends so-called our human plans so that they blend into his divine plan, because he has a plan for us. Our plans may not fit there. He mends them to suit so that we get the best thing in our life. They blend into his master plan. When the master comes, he comes with a master plan for every one of us, for our life. And we should have this firm faith and conviction and move on in this journey. That is why every situation that we come across in our journey, good or bad and difficult situations, everything is an opportunity to grow in our faith to Swami, to hold on to him more and more. And after all, the very first bhajan that Bhagwan taught us is Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam. O mind, take refuge in the lotus feet of the master. That alone can save you. And these are some of the thoughts that I wanted to share. And we are so blessed to be in his organization, where all the activities are designed by him for our spiritual progress, seva, sadhana, satsang. See, when we look at the 9-point code of conduct, the charter for the organization, everything is there. Karma marga, bhakti marga, jnana marga, and how we have to conduct ourselves, how our behavior has to be with our family, what is the sadhana, everything is there. And all that we need to do is to practice what he has told us. And I'm very happy that I got this opportunity to speak to all of you. And it's a blessing from Bhagwan. And I've heard about all the activities that Australia and New Zealand, this region, is carrying out in the organization. And it is really, I'm humbled to speak to all of you. When all of you I know are involved in so much of seva and sadhana. So for you and me, it is just a recapitulation of Swami's teachings. That's all. And another opportunity to dwell on his teachings. And I thank Bhagwan for this blessing. And my sincere thanks to every one of you for your patience and time. And thank you very much. Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Sai Ram, sister. Thank you for such an informative, inspirational, and heartwarming, beautiful talk that you have given us. You've provided us an insight knowledge of Navratri sadhana, which we will take with us and will carry on with us this season and always. We really appreciate your time that you have allocated to us in New Zealand in such a short notice. And we would love to hear more from you. And I'm sure that our team in New Zealand will make those arrangements to have you in New Zealand in person. Please accept our gratitude. Om Shai Ram. I will finish off with Samasta Loka and 3 Om Shantis, followed by Aarti. So please stay on. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Satsang.
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपदान्धवा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे పితా గురుదైవము మరి అంతయు నీవే స్వామి మరి అంతయు నీవే నాద బ్రహ్మ జగన్నాథ నాద బ్రహ్మ జగన్నాథ నాగేంద్రాశయన ఓం జయ జగదీశ హరే ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी हो साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंधुको मंगल आरती अंधुको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की